Grant, what do we want to talk about next? Okay, I say we talk about the big subject and then move into Google protecting Politico and all that stuff and showing you guys kind of live what I'm talking about when it comes to Google protecting them. But all right, so let's talk about USAID, all the big news for the USAID that came out, right? You know, first it was just kind of, we were just looking at, you know, just standard politics stuff. There's nothing to talk about when it came to gaming yet. Yeah, so a lot of news broke, you know, all the big time streamers, Asmongold got on it, Geeks for Gamers, Veridark, Smash JT, you know, all those guys, they got on the news and talked about it. So we don't want to regurgitate it here and like what you guys heard. So we're going to kind of break it down from our point of view and then talk about something else that I found kind of interesting. All right, so let me share this image real quick, Grant, before we go into our Twitter feed. Let me go pull this up. You got 1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities. I remember these tax dollars. 70,000 for the production of a DI musical in Ireland. Whatever. Hey, 1 second.
That's cool. Looks like we got 2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam.
Yeah, so like it's ridiculous. And you got 47,000 for transgender opera in Colombia. I mean, why? 32,000 for transgender comedy.
We giving that money? I'm saying, like, why are we paying for that? I don't understand that.
Pay for themselves. That doesn't make any sense to me. All right, but there's a reason for all this, Grant. All right, $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, hundreds of thousands of dollars for nonprofit linked designated terrorist organizations, even after an inspector general launched an investigation. Dude, when I was in the military, when you got audited by the inspector general, like, it was a big deal. Like, you better had your shit squared away. This got audited by an inspector general, and it still just went under the radar.
This is insane, man.
Millions to EcoHealth Alliance, which was involved in research at the Wuhan lab, which we all know most likely the cause of the COVID virus. And, you know, let's be honest. All right. Then you hundreds of thousands of meals that went to Al-Qaeda-affiliated fighters in Syria. Jesus. Funding to print personalized contraceptive birth control devices in developing countries. Hundreds of millions of dollars to fund irrigation canals, farming equipment, and even fertilizer used to support the unprecedented poppy cultivation.
Yep. People don't know what the poppies are. That's where you get your opioids from.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. And then, you know, we just pulled out.
You know what's funny is they say that
Afghanistan, and that was a whole big another.
You know, they send all this money for the poppy cultivation, right? But yet there's quote unquote a fight on opioids. You know what I mean? But yet they're funding it.
Yeah. Now, I was actually at a certain command during this time that was involved with the Afghan pullout. All right. I don't know what has been declassified or not, so I'm not going to go into much. All right. So I'm not going to talk about it. But let's just say, yeah. All right. So another thing, check this out. When it comes to like USAID, now they gave money to all these other news organizations too. Politico, that was a major thing. Now remember, Politico, you know, went into that story trying to dismiss Gamergate, call it like just in conspiracy and all that crap. Pushed a lot of stories. Google pressed it. Google advertised it. They pushed Politico up on the top of their feeds for everything. CBS News. Now remember just what dropped recently, Kamala Harris's interview that was unedited on 60 Minutes.
That was awful.
If you guys saw that, that was a complete spin doctor from hell.
Like the way that they edit it, she was actually answering questions they haven't even asked. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were piecing together the answers from different questions to make it all flow, to make it make sense. That's how bad it was.
All right. So everyone's like, oh, well, what does that have to involve in gaming? All right. We just mentioned that, but there's more to it. All right, so let me share our X account. Okay, let's go into. All right, we're going to listen to Asmongold real quick. Let me know when you see that, Grant.
I see it. The left hates this guy. Boy, they hate him.
I think it's only a minute long, so let's
look right here, and I'll show you. Like, people think I'm fucking crazy. I'm not. Look at this. People wonder our tax dollars used to promote wokeness in video games. Answer is yes. USAID paid Politico millions of dollars a year to write pieces like this one, which promotes diversity and describes Gamergate as disinformation and harassment campaign. So this is the thing, guys. I want to set an example. Get rid of them. Make an example of them. Say, listen, this is what happens. Gamers rise up. What goes around? Yep, what goes around comes around. And we're coming. Look right here, and I'll show you.
Let me pause it. So Asmongold got in. Now, he was a big victim of all this.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone remembers. Yeah, what's going on, Shadow Ink Designs? Hey, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, Asmongold is right. People like get triggered when he says stuff like this, but he is right. Absolutely right.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's spot on.
He's a victim of it. You know, people, you know, this money being utilized by publications to go after him and these major, you can call Asmongold's, people call him right. I guess that people call him right wing, wing, but he's really not. If you listen to him, what he says, I mean, today's world, yeah, he's right wing, because everything that you disagree with, what the far left fucking bullshit, weird shit that you don't agree with, you're right wing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that would be spot on characteristic.
I mean, I always thought he was always like a centrist.
He's very centrist, I would say. Very centrist, but a lot of common sense approach that would make him.
Yeah, I mean,
people would see that was always right wing.
Well, it sounds like it's right wing because the far left shit is so wacky.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's how bad it is.
All right, so let's keep going. All right, so this was another thing. They're pretty much shut down right now from the looks of it. All operations right now for USAID have been halted, offices closed down, and everything like that. Okay, and all this stuff is coming out. This is just the beginning.
Oh yeah,
this is what they just figure out in the last day or two, dog.
This is about to get very, very interesting. Like, after the election, I just took a break from the news, just because it was always just a bunch of, oh, we hate Trump and oh, he's going to do this, and from one news organization and there's another one, just this is back and forth. I'm going to keep my eyes on the news because I want to see, like, this is like a soap opera to me now. Like, I want to see what's going to happen. Like, I want to see who's getting wet. Like, because they're going to talk about JFK's assassination. They're going to talk about all that stuff. If they release the Epstein files, oh boy.
So all these, hey, what's up, prepared artist? Thanks for joining again. Yeah, raise a two if I agree. Yeah, you think he's a Bernie bro that just wants to burn it down and win Trump? Yeah, that'd be fair. That'd be a fair one.
Here's the thing: a lot of Bernie bros went that way, just because they felt so disrespected by what happened to Bernie Sanders, in the Hillary election.
So anyway, so let's get to this. So when it comes to like the broader, all those people were dismissed as conspiracy theorists, right? Like just simple stuff like that. The government funding all this crap. Going after right wing. Being I guess some government agencies being a propaganda arm of the Democratic Party.
Correct.
Well, guess what? Everything's coming to light, and they were.
Yeah, big time. Like, actually, it was worse than I thought.
And not only that, you have private companies, public companies, major tech companies like Google, which we're about to talk about, helping all this shit.
Yeah,
they'll play it like they didn't, but they were. And you can see it easily just by going to Google.
Well, here's the thing. When is the last time? Because, in the history of the country, there's been things that have been shut down and, different things. When have you seen just about every Democratic politician physically go to protest out in front of this? Because they know that they're about to get hit.
Brother, it is huge. And this is just the start, like we said earlier. This is just the beginning of all.
This man so bad.
So
like burning hate.
We just mentioned this, but just to kind of pin it home, Politico took $8 million in USAID taxpayer money while attacking Gamergate and pushing anti-gamer narrative. The Trump admin has again just cut them off, as you saw by all the closures and stuff like that. They're done until they figure out everything that when they completely break everything down and see what else they've been spending money on.
And it's not even that. It's also you don't know how much money that they've given to the puppets that have been out here being an arm of Politico, basically. You know what I mean? All these left-wing people who do what we do, but on the other side, you don't know how much money they've gotten.
Have publications gotten this? Has gaming publications got this?
I guarantee IGN got something.
Streamers, major influence, when it comes to social media influencers and stuff like that, major streamers, have they received anything?
And there was one guy that was actually talking about it. I'm sure we'll see it in a little bit.
It's speculation. Well, all right, just to be, we want to be clear with that. It's speculation right now. But, all this was speculation before also, and it's all true now.
I'm to the point to where I don't believe in any middle ground. I think it's either they did it or they didn't. I don't think there's any way it could have happened. No, I don't think that anymore. I think there's a higher chance of it did happen more so than it didn't.
So it's really just how far does this go? Again, we'll probably figure out, they'll figure out a lot more as they keep investigating this. But it is probably one of the biggest stories that I can possibly think of in the last few decades. Think about it. You're a government entity going after a different thought, different party.
Yeah.
It's insane. And protecting news, gatekeeping news, promoting it is false news. A lot of it was.
Oh yeah.
Holding off on news stories. It's pretty significant. All right, Grant, let's see if that was it for the USAID stuff, because I want to go into this next subject. Or it's technically a tie into this. So let's see. Yep.
Yep, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, this is not, again, this speculation, but this was reported earlier. Now let me blow it up a little bit. This is speculation. We're not saying the guy's doing it.
Do you think that guy voted for Trump?
Of course not. It's something to look at. Like, if all these publications are getting it, what gaming publications receive money to push crap, in people's faces? I guess an agenda in people's faces.
Do you think IGN got any
what
money?
streamers got it? IGN,
GameSpot,
they would be on top of my list.
GameSpot,
yeah,
PC
they would
Gamer,
be on top of my list.
Those three right there. I like to see them books. Let me see them books.
But I don't even think IGN is smart enough to do that, honestly. All right, let's see. That's it. We already talked. All right, and that's all that news for that. All right, so Grant, I want to show something real quick. I want to share my screen here shortly.
All right.
Go to our YouTube.
It all ties into everything,
Yeah. So I want to show something here. All right. Let me blow it up. Okay. So you just type in Politico and USAID, right? With everything that's coming out to light.
With
proof and everything.
This is what CBS News has to say.
This is the first thing you see on Google when you type in Politico and USAID. Do it yourself. Whoever's listening to this podcast, just type it in yourself.
Yeah.
All right, Politico and USAID. It's Vox. Everyone knows Vox is just fucking most piece of shit news organization there is.
Yeah. CBS News. Trump makes misleading claims.
Yep.
When they have proof, but he's making misleading claims.
Politico, Forbes, Yahoo, Politico. I mean, Politico is just all the way up here. Guardian, of course, I entered them into the Google chat, so of course they're going to be up there. But it's just like a ridiculous. Oh, and Snopes, which is, again, we already found out that they were getting money. We found out that they were fake. As a fact-checking place, Snopes is fucking garbage.
We didn't get any money. That's crazy. Everybody got money but us.
All right, so that's that. Let me stop sharing that. Let me go to my other screen. Politico. What did I type in last time? Politico receives government funds, federal fundings. Here we go. All right, so you type in Here, let me share my screen again. Share this one.
God, get it together, man.
Oh my God, worthless. All right. So type in, these are just common searches.
Look at CNN.
It's nothing like, I'm not trying to word it differently. Politico received federal funding.
The White House says it will cancel 8 million in political subscriptions after a false right-wing claim.
Gatekeeping, dude.
How is that a false claim when it's real? Like it's there.
Okay. What else did I typed in? Oh, actually, let me go to my bookmarks.
The thing about this, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this. Like, this is so big that there's not enough political outlets to run enough cover for this. They're trying, and they can't do it. It's so hard for them to do because they're pulling the whole 2020 stuff, where every time Trump said something, they come back with all this other stuff. But now that they got proof, they're still trying to do it, and you can see that nobody's buying it anymore.
All right, here's another one you guys can type in if you want. Just type in Politico USAID funding.
No, we're not making this up. Like,
this is your top news source. Oh, there's a Fox News 2 days ago with nothing of their new stuff they have reported today and yesterday.
Yeah.
CBS News, Politico, CNN, The Hill, Politico, Dispatch, Washington Post. Are
any of those fair and balanced?
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Shadowlink said, I just posted the news about Politico and Gamergate in the MGGA community.
Well,
that was very noteworthy.
Designs, guess what? Google is running gatekeeping for this stuff too. And it's quite ridiculous.
Yep.
A major tech company that everyone uses to search stuff is running claims. Type in whatever you want.
Correct.
And I guarantee
go down your own rabbit hole.
And no one's talking about it. They talk about the USA Gamergate stuff, okay, but it's way bigger than that because you got this crap.
Yeah.
Someone trying to figure out the news, they get fed this right in front of the face. Someone that's in the middle ground that doesn't know anything about it. This is what gets fed in their face.
Yep. And when they have proof, people are saying that it's just a false claim or it's right-wing conspiracy theories and all this other stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys, here's the thing is, like, this is the true definition of going down with the Titanic. They're plugging in, they're hooking up their instruments and they're playing the violin as it goes down.
I don't know if anyone's talking about this right now, this Google thing. They've been hit and busted before, right, on other topics, and they had to change their search engine to fix it, right? Like, I think it was something involving with Trump and the election and stuff that they had misleading search algorithm. Well, it is happening again, and they will not apologize for it. They'll continue doing it. I'm not sure what other streamers are bringing this up right now involving this USAID stuff, but this is a major deal. This is influencing people's thoughts. Influencing their decisions on what to believe.
You might get a job at Fox News after this.
You talk about the biggest psyop. People bring, it's a conspiracy. This is one of the biggest psyops ever perpetrated on American people, and people aren't talking about it. Oh, were you a conspiracy theorist? No, I'm doing it right in front of your fucking face.
It's right there.
No other side of the story that they're going to post that's recent that everyone's been talking about. They just post this shit in your face.
Yeah, they need to give you a Nobel Peace Prize for journalism for this.
Dude, we're on a gaming podcast, and we're better than fucking half the goddamn journalists.
My boy over here like April O'Neil giving the news.
What'd you say?
What?
All right, so that concludes our USAID crap. But I mean, you guys do your own thing. Go to Google. Do it yourself. I'm not bullshitting you here.
Yeah.
It's a major issue in today's world. And think about all the stuff wrapped up around these major game devs, these AAA gaming studios, how they can collude with Google, how they can drive their sales when all these other people on maybe on the wrong ideological side that are creating games, but because they're on the wrong ideological side, they can't get Google to help them.
That's true. FBI is going to show up at your door, by the way.
I know.
Maybe. They might not be around by then.
Yeah. I mean,
all you got to do is set up your yard like Rambo did.
Yeah. But, like, this isn't me coming from the MAGA side. This isn't us coming from any side right now. This is us telling you what we see. Okay. This is what I see. And anyone else can do it themselves.
That's it.
All right. So, Grant, let me stop sharing.
Look, Rosaltooth wanted to buy for sale. He's got a price. Everybody's got a price. Everybody's got
I like the old school April O'Neil.
What did you think about Megan Fox, April O'Neil? I mean, I take her as damn. I'm trying to think of somebody terrible.
What?
I couldn't think of anything right now.